Welcome back to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast. I'm your host, Nicole Coyne, founder of Healthy Steps Nutrition, CrossFit HSN, and HSN Mentoring, where we believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated. That's why we focus on a simple, habit-based approach when we work with clients. Our mission at HSN Mentoring is to empower gym owners and coaches to feel confident when talking about nutrition to their members and their communities. Today, I am so excited to be talking to Nick Reyes, a gym owner who uses HSN at his gym and the Chief Happiness Officer at PushPress. We switched over to PushPress about 10 months ago at our Healthy Steps Nutrition HQ location, and we couldn't be happier with the experience. What sets these guys apart at PushPress is their customer service. They are so ready to help whenever you need anything. I've had the opportunity to work with the guys over at PushPress on a really exciting project that we will be releasing in the coming weeks, a nutrition app powered by Healthy Steps Nutrition. Knowing your metrics is vital to assess your business and what you need to improve on. With the new nutrition app, it will be easy for PushPress users to track their percentage of revenue coming from nutrition, new nutrition clients, hybrid clients, lifetime value of their clients, and so much more. This has been in the works for a while, and I cannot wait for it to be live. You do not have to be an HSN mentoring client to take advantage of this awesome app. Nick and I will be hosting a free webinar on metrics and exactly what you need to track, whether you use PushPress or not, on Thursday, November 5th. Click the link below to register today. All right, let's get to today's podcast. Today, we are talking about creating an amazing experience for your clients. Nick talks about one simple thing that you can do to brighten the mood when you're communicating virtually with your clients, and really why you need to care about your members using the power of moments. I highly recommend that you read The Power of Moments by Chip and Dan Heath. Enjoy this episode. Welcome back to the Grow Your Nutrition Business podcast. Today, I'm so excited to have Nick, a friend, on the podcast. Nick, I feel like we go back for a little bit now.
Yeah.
You know, you are a gym owner, but then you also play a really important role at PushPress. Talk to me about how they both kind of correlate together, and talk to me about kind of your background.
Yeah. So I actually became an investor in my gym as roughly 9 years ago. The gym's about 10 years old. The gym was a year in and already struggling. I had a sales background and working for Caterpillar. I've spent my entire career in sales. And so I decided to make a small investment and try to help the gym that really had changed my life over the course of 12 months kind of move forward. Fast forward probably 4 years, and I had another gym owner recommend PushPress to me as a gym management platform. And they were actually just coming out of like beta and starting to charge people to use the platform. So got plugged into the system, met Dan, and then kind of over the course of several years, he eventually pulled me away from Caterpillar. And my original title at PushPress was Chief Revenue Officer. So I was basically all things sale and business development. And then we kind of had a culture shock, a little bit of some adjustments. And now my official title for PushPress is Chief Happiness Officer. So kind of goes in line with our core values and what we do as a company now.
I love it. The cool thing about PushPress is you guys all were gym owners or are gym owners at some point. So you have been in the trenches. You understand what gym owners need to do in the most simplistic way from a client management software perspective.
Right. Yeah. There's every single person that is customer facing at PushPress has been a gym owner or is currently a gym owner. And many of them know you through that, right? So they were either HSN clients whenever they own their businesses, or very much like I am now at our gym at Kansas Athletic Club. We are an HSN client, and that's how you and I had our first interaction, which was awesome.
So let's talk about that. You understood, hey, I have this gym. Nutrition is the missing piece of the puzzle in this gym. We need to add nutrition. So you started using our platform to do so. But then now we're really figuring out, okay, how can we help PushPress clients make easy decisions and pull reports that are also HSN clients, right?
Yeah, I want to backtrack a little bit here because we made a really grave mistake, and if there's one thing that I can encourage every single gym owner to do is not follow in our footsteps of what we did at Kansas Athletic Club. We were so freaking late in picking up the nutrition ball and running with it. The eye opener was I've got a really good buddy named Mitch Gold who is an industrial psychologist, and he did an engagement survey for our gym, and he's done it for a lot of different CrossFit affiliates as well. But what we found out was the overall perceived customer value started to decline at about the 18-month mark. And the only thing that I could wrap my head around was you quit getting those newbie gains at a lot of CrossFit affiliates at around the 18-month mark. You quit just PRing every single time you walk into the gym. You probably haven't, if you don't have nutrition program, then you haven't changed your eating habits at all. You've just added fitness. And so you start to plateau because you're still partying on the weekends, eating crap food or what have you. And it just kind of dawned on me, like, if we ever really want to exceed that perceived value threshold that we were trying to and extend our length of engagement, we had to tackle nutrition. It needed to be what we did, or we're just going to keep running this rat race, this circle. So that was when I really just did a quick search in the forums for who is doing what. And I was like, all right, everyone says Nicole, that's who we're reaching out to. And I really didn't even bother reaching out to anybody else. It was like you guys were the hands down winners in that, as far as I was concerned.
Well, thank you for trusting us to help you. And I'm excited to help you guys make sure your perceived client value is longer than 18 months so that your clients are seeing those gains. And you're 100% right. When people join a CrossFit gym, they're going to see results, but they're going to hit a plateau if you're not talking about nutrition. And I have heard too many times recently where members are putting their membership on hold because they're seeing better results with an online nutrition company. And why is a gym not offering everything in-house where you can help people see even better results doing both? Or, in times like now when gyms are shut down during COVID or reopening with the possibility of having to shut down again, you can still help clients in a virtual platform with nutrition coaching, no problem.
Absolutely. World needs it more now than ever. If you've got clients that aren't ready to walk back into the gym, they should be following your nutrition protocols and guidelines, which is an awesome opportunity for us as gym owners. But going back to your question though, yeah, we're in the middle of an awesome app that's going to roll out, sponsored by HSN. A lot of work being done on it. So the hope here is that you'll really get some solid data that shows the impact of what your nutrition program is to your fitness business. And that way you don't end up making the mistake that I made over the course of, 7 years of not having a nutrition program, which I'm ashamed to even throw that number out there.
I think you hiring that person, Mitch, you said, I think you hiring him to understand what the perceived value of your clients is of your gym is such an important piece of the puzzle that I guarantee 90% of gyms are not doing. So they probably don't even know what the customer experience, like what the customers feel like, or the customer service that they're providing. And that's an important piece of the puzzle when we're looking at building brand advocates, right? When we're looking at how are your current members talking about your facility. And this goes for both PushPress and your gym, right? Like you want your clients to be raving about all the things that you do at your gym, not just you offer group fitness classes. If you're looking to build a nutrition program, you need them to be talking about, hey, you don't have to be a member of the gym. If you're looking for weight loss help, go to my gym for nutrition, right?
Yeah, exactly. And, a lot of this, whenever I said that we transitioned my title from Chief Revenue Officer to Chief Happiness Officer, it really came with the emergence of our core values at PushPress. Funny enough, the nutrition program at Kansas Athletic Club also came with the emergence of our core values, which we're about 7 years late as well. But when we sat down as a team and really put our heads together on what those should be at both businesses, it made us realize that several different things, not just like someone's title, but several other infrastructure items at both businesses were not aligned with what that mission was. So that changed really everything and put PushPress on the right path towards way better customer support than we had ever delivered prior. And it may be a shock to any of our clients that would be listening now if they haven't been clients for at least 3 years. They wouldn't know that at one point I would actually grade our customer support as pretty much an F. We failed on many fronts from a support standpoint. And it was a pretty miserable time for us. We were just drowning and underwater. And again, those core values made us kind of realize, like, hey, if you really want to, empower dominating gyms and build real relationships, which are two of our core values, you can't deliver this terrible support. You've got to bring on more personnel. You've got to hire the right people. You got to take a different approach. It changed everything.
I have been through many different softwares. We used MindBody at one point. I worked for a gym that used Wodify. We use Zenplanner at our gym. We have and do use PushPress right now. The customer service at PushPress is so far beyond any other gym software that I've ever used in the past. And there's so many things that go into it. And I'm sure it's the same exact experience at your gym. Like, you guys put customer service first, and it goes down to you building happy clients,
Right.
You're producing a tribe of people who love you guys.
Yeah. So there's several different things that are done, I think, in order to enable that. Obviously, it starts with the people. You've got to have the right people in the right positions that are actually passionate about serving their clients, about, in the Marine Corps, I used to have a master gunnery sergeant that would always say, do the right things for the right reasons at all times. And if you don't have people following that mindset, they're going to veer off course, and your customers are going to be the ones who, unfortunately, get the short end of the stick. Right. So doing the right thing for the right reasons. Sometimes that means you see a message come in on a Saturday and you're not technically working, but you realize that it's super important to them. So you reply. And then there's a bunch of little hacks that we do at PushPress. Barry Pepper, my right hand man on the support side of things. He kind of started this off. It came from a TED talk about leveraging GIFs. So now the whole company's GIF happy. We even use them internally all the time. And this is something that's transferred over to the gym as well in a different way. I'll explain that here in a second. But this TED talk that he sent me was basically showing how, a normal support, like you reach out to your cable company from support, or in a help chat. And it's very just dialogue. What's your problem? Hi, I'm Bob, blah, 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 blah. How was your service? Rate me. End of message, right? That's it. You don't know if Bob's having a good day. Bob doesn't know if you're having a good day, besides that he asked and you just give the normal yes. But in a bunch of black and white text, when you ask, or whenever Bob asks you, hey, was everything good? If you replied back with a GIF of like big thumbs up, I guarantee you, Bob, and granted, this is the support guy on the other end, his attitude that day would change. He'd be like, what? That was from left field. This customer just sent me this big happy message, right? And all of a sudden, Bob would feel better. And we looked at that and thought, there's no reason why we shouldn't do the same thing. If we mess up, it needs to be something that lets everyone know that we definitely get that we messed up. At the same time, you give us an awesome score on MPS, man, we're going to confetti, balloons, because that's what we thrive on. That's our culture. That's who we are, We do the same thing at Kansas Athletic Club. So someone does a Facebook post in our Facebook group about, hey, they've lost 10 pounds in the first 6 months, right? I can promise you our staff is not replying with awesome job. Awesome job doesn't even come close to giving that enough credit. How about the GIF of Will Ferrell punching the groceries, and that is like, coaches get it. They love it. Therefore, I'm excited to keep taking the next step in my journey here, right? So it doesn't just have to be a SaaS company doing it.
I think that's such an important piece of the puzzle, because you can use technology to build a better relationship with clients. And essentially that's what we're talking about, right? Like the power of moments. Like, let's celebrate the moment of someone doing something awesome in a way that's not expected or standard.
Exactly. And you just can't see emotion through text. There's nothing, it's not faking it. It's that if I'm talking to you, then you can obviously hear joy and excitement in my voice, but you don't see that with Facebook posts. You don't see that in a help chat. GIFs are the only way to do that, at least currently. And so we use the heck out of them.
I love it. Something else that Dan did that I thought was really neat, and I thought about it, like, how could we do this with our business too? When we signed up with PushPress, he sent me a video message saying like, hey, thanks for coming on board. I'm super pumped to have you. And think about what you could do from a gym owner's perspective. Like you could do the same thing to all of your new clients. Like, hey, I haven't met you yet, but I'm Nicole, the founder of Healthy Subs Nutrition. I'm so excited to have you on board. We can't wait to help change your life. Like, how cool is that to do? And that's Dan.
Yeah, in a gym, especially, for a SaaS company who signs up, tens of customers a day, it's different. It's pretty difficult to execute. But in a fitness business, you're signing up, even if you're signing up one client a day, it takes how much time out of your day to shoot a 10-second, 15-second video and send it over to them? And it means the world, right? Just those little bitty steps, those little bitty moments, that all comes from Never Lose a Customer Again. A great book. And they talk about manufacturing those moments for your clients.
Never Lose a Customer Again, and also The Power of Moments. That book too. Same idea, right? So,
yep.
If you're looking at how to create an exceptional client experience, it all comes down to how do you make people feel special and heard? And like those little things are what you're talking about to improve your client experience and make it world class, right?
Exactly. And then the kind of the third part to that would be what's the data that you're going off of to make sure that you are on the right course to delivering that client experience. We rely pretty heavily at PushPress on NPS. I think our best ever NPS score was in June, and we scored a 77 for a rolling 30-day average. A lot of people don't know what NPS is. It's basically your net promoter score. It is that question of what is your likelihood to recommend someone to PushPress or someone to HSN or someone to Kansas Athletic Club, right? A good score is a 9 or a 10. Everything else is passive or a detractor, right? So 9 and 10s are pretty much the only thing that are going to get that score up. Obviously, if someone rates you a 9 or a 10, it means that if they know, in our case, another gym owner, they're going to recommend someone there. Our NPS is at world-class level, and it maintains world-class level, which is, I think, 65 and above is what they say is world-class. A lot of software systems, including in our industry, will have a single-digit NPS, which means that they have significantly more detractors than even passives, which is unfortunate and very sad, in my opinion. Cable companies, single digits are negative, right? Some of the other companies that you might know that are really high would be like a Nordstrom's or a USAA Insurance, right? Where they've managed to deploy just a level of service that you never question whether you're going to have a bad experience when you walk into Nordstrom's or buy something and then have to return it. You don't dread it. You just know it's going to get done and you're not going to have to worry about it, right? So NPS is definitely one that we live on, we report on, we look at. It is, if it drops a couple of points, we're like, oh my gosh, is the sky falling? Another one is time to respond. So we pride ourselves on responding in under 5 minutes to every single support message that ever comes in, and then time to resolve. So yes, we acknowledged that you have an issue or a question. Now, how quickly do we actually resolve that? And that varies. How significant is a bug, or is it something quick that we can send a help doc to? You're good to go. Obviously, that's closed. That's resolved quickly. But time to acknowledge, time to respond under 5 minutes, in my opinion, is the kind of the second most important KPI that we look at from a customer satisfaction.
And I think from a software company, I don't know much about software, right? So when I have a problem and I'm looking to get something resolved, you want to get it resolved kind of quickly, right? So
right.
You guys having such a quick response time just reaffirms, hey, I'm at the right place. I'm with the right people. They're here to help me, And I think from a business standpoint, looking at the gym side, what happens when you get a complaint? Or is it the same consistent experience between all of your classes? What happens when you have an inquiry? How long does it go before someone is called and responded to, right? There's so many things that you can look at from a gym perspective. What are some of the things you look at from your gym side with customer service?
Yeah, so for the gym side, it's a little bit different because of the fact that there's not just this constant flood of support tickets, so to say, right? But we have actually extrapolated several different data points. We rely pretty heavily on SugarWOD for number of fist bumps, number of comments, because that shows engagement. If they're engaged, they're obviously happy. We look at check-ins. We look at our Ask at Risk report and PushPress, obviously, to see if someone's not visiting. And even that report, which shows like someone's not visiting, and you could, set how many days you're looking for, but like someone may not have visited for a week, but you go on SugarWOD and they fist bumped a bunch of people and they've commented, and then, well, yeah, they haven't visited for a week, but maybe they've just been in this world self-quarantining for a little bit, right? And you needed to follow up with them to see what's going on. They're still engaged. So we look at a lot more very micro level engagement data than what we do so much as support stuff. And I was going through some. We don't use Beyond the Whiteboard at Kansas Athletic Club. We use SugarWOD, but I did actually see that Beyond the Whiteboard has a committed club, which is a threshold number of visits attended in a certain month, puts them up on this committed club, which puts them up on a screen. So we might end up deploying, something along those lines. And I know plenty of gyms do that type of thing, but we might end up hacking that up as well.
No, I think that's a cool thing, because positivity breeds positivity. So if you highlight the people that are doing what you want more people to do, more people will do it, right? Like if you pump the heck out of a committed club, everyone's going to want to be on that committed club because you're hyping the heck out of it and you're highlighting those people, right?
I want my name on the TV, right?
Of course you do, right?
And if you can do prizes or other items along the way, if you can afford it, I know gyms are not necessarily having the best of times right now always, but if you can somehow, again, manufacture those moments, you've seen, gyms that when someone loses, they're a certain amount of weight, we got our happiness boards, right? That is a manufactured moment of happiness. Someone graduates fundamentals, a manufactured moment of happiness. There's a certificate. There's someone, they've been on the committed club for a year straight. Leverage that as a manufactured moment of happiness.
I think that's such an important piece of the puzzle that so many gym owners or GMs or coaches might miss when you're going to the day-to-day operations of, I got to teach this class, I got to make sure the doors are open and my coach shows up on time. And, when you're looking at building brand advocates, you have to have those manufactured moments of happiness. You're absolutely right. I want to mention one thing, go back. You mentioned, you can in PushPress see if someone has not checked in X number of days, right? Mm-hmm. What are you doing with that data, right? Like, are you picking up the phone and call? Are you tracking those red flag clients? As a gym owner, you should be tracking those red flag clients and calling those people, because those are the people that are most likely going to leave, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. What we do is text, phone call, sometimes an email, but really it's kind of in that order, text first, then phone call, then email. I know that there are some gym owners that really kind of want to automate that process, but to me, it removes the personalization out of it. And, Nicole, if you're a member at Kansas Athletic Club and you tell me, you and the fam are getting ready to go on vacation, and I've got an automation set up to send you a message if you haven't been in the gym in 7 days, and then you turn around, you leave, and then you get this automation, it actually has the opposite approach. You're going to think, I got this message from Nick that asked me where I'm at. We had this conversation about the fam going to Aruba, like it's going to have the complete opposite approach. And then you're not going to believe a single message that I do send you going forward.
Absolutely.
So I don't buy into the, I need to automate everything mindset. I do think it's important. I do think you should automate several things in your business, but the most important things, like following up and holding your clients accountable when they have fell off the wagon, is not one of those things, in my opinion. It's one that you should actually put the effort into.
I could not agree more. I think it's important that you follow up with clients that, they need that little push to get back on track. And especially in a season that we're in right now, where people might not be able to come to the gym. If you have someone at home that's immune compromised, you're not going to put yourself at a position where you could potentially get exposed and be at risk. So could you switch them to nutrition coaching or provide them a different type of service so that they don't completely cancel and you're not losing that client completely? I think all of those little steps in looking at the whole picture to allow you to provide a better customer service experience, but then also help you build your business.
Exactly. And if you automate enough of the correct things in your business, then you'll have the time to put your heart into the things that it needs to be in, right? So instead of being a spreadsheet monkey or going and tracking down client experience items, set up automations, leveraging tools like Zapier to send you a notification when Nicole has visited 250 times, send you that Slack message so that your team orders the gift that Nicole's supposed to receive, and so that you can make the Facebook post that you're supposed to. And because you're not having to search for that data every time, you'll have more time to actually put your heart into the whole reason why you start a fitness business, right?
Absolutely. You want to empower people to make lifestyle changes, and we know they can't do it alone. Like, having support just makes the whole experience more fun, gives them a community and a connection, and really going back to building brand advocates. What are some things that you would say, like, hey, definitely automate this if you can? What are some of the automations that you guys really highlight with PushPress, or that you guys use at Kansas Athletic Club?
Yeah, so one of the big ones lately has been kind of what I just dropped, which was attendance milestones. So we basically set up a Zap into a client experience channel on Slack. So Zapier is basically pulling data out of the platform in real time. So as people check in, it is looking for people who have hit the 250th visit or the 1000th visit or whatever intervals that we set, and it's sending it to Slack. And Slack is our internal communications tool. We use it at PushPress. We use it at Kansas Athletic Club. I created a client experience channel in Slack that we have just a core group of the staff involved in. And so when someone hits one of those visit milestones, it sends a message to that channel that says, this person has visited this many times, do this. Sometimes it's like, this person's visited 10 times, reach out and see how they're doing. Another time it would say, this person has visited 250 times, make a Facebook post, right? And every one of those Facebook posts will have a GIF that would be like, Nicole, you visited 250 times, and it'd be, again, confetti or something fun and exciting, right? And then the community sees that, and they pile on with likes and loves and awesome, and this is, great job, builds that reinforcement that you're making positive decisions with your life. That's been the one that I've done that I've actually hit a home run with the most recently.
I love that. If you're not using Slack, that's exactly what we use at Healthy Steps Nutrition and HSN Mentoring. Love Slack. The cool thing is you can have multiple different channels so that all of your communication isn't in one thread, and it's really easy to see what's going on. So like, our schedule gets posted in one channel, any injuries, new members, like everything is in different channels. So it's really easy for our coaches to track and see what we want them to see and go back and look and not have to go through an entire thread.
Exactly. And anyone that's looking to adopt Slack at their gym, if you currently use text is easy. Some coaches might push back on Slack. The trick is you can mute Slack. Therefore, the way to sell that to your staff, this is speaking from experience here, is that when you go on vacation and you don't need 700 gym updates coming in, you mute it. You get your personal time back. And if you only coach 10 classes a month, you're not buried in a group text that's constantly annoying you and everything else, right? So sell the balance between work and life, and your coaches will use Slack in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I love that. Zapier, however you say it, that is another really cool tool that we use too. If you haven't used that, basically it's like a system that connects two different systems. So One system doesn't talk directly to another system, but it allows them to communicate with each other. Takes a little bit to set up when you first start, but it works really, really well.
It does. Recently, and we use it a ton at PushPress. I don't even want to think about what our Zapier bill might be. At Kansas Athletic Club, we use the most basic paid version. So it's pretty insignificant. $30 a month, $40 a month, somewhere in that range, I feel like. But really, since I dedicate the vast majority of my day to PushPress, and actually my business partner at Kansas Athletic Club is on the sales team for PushPress as well, TJ. So we have both said, like, what can we do in the gym that we can automate ourselves out of so we can free up more time, because you just can't honestly effectively drive incredible customer service for a software company and also run your gym at a high level without leveraging certain automations. So I've really just tried to automate myself out of a job, which is a lot of client experience stuff, manufacturing those happy moments. How can we put those little nuances on cruise control, assign a person a task in a system so that they execute it, so that I'm not following up on things. It's basically been a ton of that for the last year. It's been my mission.
I love it. I think it's an important piece of the puzzle, because as a gym owner, you can only wear so many hats, and, being able to help so many people through PushPress, but then also still have a role in your gym, you have to be able to automate some of those processes.
Absolutely. And have good people.
Oh, yes. You have to have good people for sure. Follow through is so important when it comes to nutrition coaching in general, client experience. You need someone to follow through with what you need to get done, right?
Exactly.
I want to spend a minute or two diving into this app that we are going to release, the HSN app. And I'm so excited about it because one of the things that we talk about with gyms during every single mentoring call is metrics. And you need to know the metrics because we need to know how your gym nutrition program is progressing. You need to know the metrics of your gym so you know how your gym is progressing. And this is an important piece of the puzzle when we're looking at adding nutrition coaches to help the growth of a program. You don't want to realize that you're almost at capacity when you're 2 clients away from capacity, because you're not going to have enough time to train another coach to help support the growth of the program. So that's one piece of the puzzle. And then also just tracking trends and seeing where are the gaps, where do you need to focus more effort on to help grow your program. So we've been working together. I mean, you guys are doing 99% of the work. We just chatted about what numbers I think would be important. But I'm so excited about this release because it's going to make it easy for gyms to pull numbers specifically related to nutrition.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited too. I think this is it's one of our first deep dives into a better level of data than what we currently show in PushPress. So I'm super excited because I think that this is going to really empower a ton of gym owners to see exactly where those leaky spots are at, kind of as you identified. So, at PushPress, one of the things that we always try to do is see where those inefficiencies are at. And I feel like this is going to give gym owners that ability. It's going to be able to help them see how many memberships are being sold without nutrition, right? Like that's a big, that's a big leaky spot in your total revenue pipeline if you're selling 90% of your memberships without nutrition. And you may not know that otherwise, right? So, or you may have to manually track it.
We know that the best way to grow a nutrition program is to get people started with nutrition on day one. So if you have multiple people doing your free intro process and they're not comfortable with nutrition, they're not going to guide someone to get started with nutrition and fitness. And essentially, this is going to be the numbers backing that, right? Like,
right,
hey,
exactly.
And you'll be able to see who sold this membership, or do you have one person that's selling only hybrid memberships? What are they doing differently than the other people are not doing, right?
Right. So that's the next thing, right? Like, all data is awesome, but it's only awesome if you take action on it. Okay. So you and I are coaches at a gym, and every membership that you sell has nutrition, and only 50% of the ones that I sell do not have nutrition. Okay. Well, it's a great time to get together, do some role play, figure out what I can do to become more effective at leading with nutrition at the point of sale. Whereas otherwise it'd just be like, all right, well, Nicole's just better than Nick. So be it. It is what it is, right? Like, that'd be a terrible approach. And the counter to not having something like this is that the gym owner has to go in and query this data and find this data and extrapolate it over a period of time to determine whether or not Nick just had a bad month, or is Nick just really a bad salesperson. So I think that even just that one little data point alone can allow you to change the course of your business.
The other one that I'm really looking forward to is length of engagement with nutrition clients, right? We know that people need accountability and support to see long-term success. So if you're selling an initial 3-month package and you have one coach who's able to convert people to ongoing coaching, her clients are staying on for a year, 2 years down the road, versus another coach is just having clients for 3 months, all right, what's going on there, right? You don't want your nutrition program to have to start at 0 clients every 3 months. So let's look and see how we're able to keep clients engaged longer to build a more sustainable, growing program.
Right. And that kind of goes back to, again, though, even the whole reason why we started one at Kansas Athletic Club. We just saw that the perceived value was so much less. And the reason why that's important, right? If I'm paying, let's say I get started with a fitness only membership, I'm paying $160 a month, and I think it's worth $160 a month. And then 18 months later, my perceived value is that it's only worth $100 per month, but I'm still paying $160. You're only going to keep doing that for so long before you cancel, right? And look for something that has a higher perceived value. Now, if you can, to your point, start with nutrition, and those gains continue. I'm gonna call them gains in general, right? But they continue for longer. I'm more equipped with knowledge to live a healthier lifestyle, and I can increase that length of engagement and that perceived value over time. Now, all of a sudden, I'm not looking for, hey guys, how can I get 20 new clients this month? Because you're not churning as often. One of the oh man, it bugs me to no end. I see so many gym owners, unfortunately, saying, I need new clients. They subscribe to the next marketing system. They do all these things, but they don't put in the effort on everything that we've talked about today, keeping the clients that you have and making them raving fans through things like nutrition and manufactured moments of happiness. Then you don't have to go out and subscribe to the next $1,000 marketing funnel. You just have to change lives.
I think before you do any marketing, you really need to dial in your client experience and ensure you have really great customer service so that every single new person that you bring on has an amazing experience at your gym and starts talking to everyone about it. Then you can just market through affinity marketing. You won't have to spend any money on advertising.
Exactly. There you go. We did a 6-week challenge like 7 years ago. And I think in one night we signed up like 45 people. And they lasted all of like 45 minutes and canceled, right? Like 45, obviously exaggeration here, but we signed up a ton of people. And to your point, we didn't have the customer experience dialed in. We didn't have a lot of processes dialed in, and we just churned through them. And what was a very fun moment quickly became a stressful moment for us as a team. So, I hope I don't come off as lectury in this, but it was literally all of these things come from experience of failure over several years, and then learning, don't do this, do this. You should have done this. Why'd you do that? You're a bonehead. Come on. So, hopefully there are some new gym owners that are going to say, let me not follow in the mistakes that Nick made here.
Gosh, you guys have done such an amazing job at PushPress, really defining what you want your client experience to look like. And the entire team rallies around that, which is really cool. And if in a gym setting, you can get your entire team and staff bought into the client experience that you want, you are going to provide a consistent experience and ensure your clients have the best hour of their day when they're at your gym, right?
Right. Yeah. So much that just goes back to those core values. Right. So if a gym doesn't have them and truly live by them, and when I say live by them, I mean you show them at every single opportunity, including and especially with who you hire. If they could be the best X's and O's coach, but if they're not willing to work, succeed, and fail as a team, it's not going to work. I can promise you. Right. So we have ours, and everyone that's on our staff falls in line with that, both at PushPress and at Kansas Athletic Club. And that's the reason why you answer the question on a Saturday, because you hired the person that has the same core values as the company.
1,000%. Any final thoughts here regarding customer service, client experience, building raving fans for your business? Any big takeaways that you would recommend gym owners implement today to help them have a better customer experience?
Yeah. Obviously implement a nutrition program, reach out to HSN. They can help you with that. I think that's always a good one. And honestly, I would say put yourself in the shoes of your clients, from the standpoint of when you hit a a 1 year mark, or you visited a gym so many times? Like, what are the little things that you've experienced that change your day, right? Whether it's the nice message on your cup from Starbucks, or when you walk into a Hilton and it says, Hilton would like to welcome Nick Reyes, right? It's like, huh, cool. What are any of those little things that you've seen from other industries? Do that. Because if it made you smile and it changed your attitude for the day, I can promise you it'll change the day of your members. And it doesn't always need to be motivational. In my opinion, if someone gets dressed and then shows up to the gym, they're probably as motivated as they're going to be at that moment. It needs to be the off switch for all the other things going wrong in their lives, right? So happy, thankful, fortunate. Those are the wires that you want to bridge together. Do that.
I love that. Reaffirming that they made the correct decision by investing their money into your business.
Exactly.
I think a really great example that's easily implemented could be make a video and just send a 10-second video to a new member saying, hey, I am so excited to help you. Thank you for trusting us to help you with your health and wellness goals. Something super simple to make someone feel special and reaffirm their decision for investing in your business.
Exactly. Take that one step further. Do it after they've been there for 2 years as well. Randomly on what's today? Wednesday? Tuesday? Do it randomly on a Tuesday.
There you go. I love it. Nick, thank you guys for all that you do. You guys have done an amazing job at Kansas Athletic Club to help your clients, but I honestly just love everyone at PushPress. You guys are all amazing, and your core values really do transfer to every single person. I've gotten to talk and know a lot of the team at PushPress, and you guys are all just truly there to help gym owners succeed, and it transfers to everything that you guys do. So thank you for all that you guys do.
Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. That's a heck of a compliment from an awesome person. So thank you, Nicole.
I have to say, I started using GIFs when responding to clients after we recorded this episode. In such a stressful season, whatever you can do to make people feel heard, loved, welcomed, appreciated is something that you should prioritize in your business. All right, don't forget that Nick and I are hosting a free webinar on knowing and tracking your metrics on Thursday, November 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Register to attend live or catch the recording. Understanding the health of your business is vital to your business's success. The HSN Mentoring Framework focuses on 4 pillars: marketing, sales, retention, and expansion. We use metrics to track progress and determine what the mentors need to focus on with the gym owners and coaches using our program to help them take their nutrition programs to the next level, which means it has to be easy to track those numbers. And in this webinar, we're going to be talking about exactly what numbers you need to track, and if you are a PushPress client, how you can easily track them using the brand new nutrition app powered by Healthy Steps Nutrition. You do not want to miss this webinar. Register today.